Okay, welcome to this next lesson, and we're going to talk about open syllables. And open syllables are so important to understand. So we are going to start off with this word happen. So we're going to take the very first syllable and, okay, so this is a closed syllable. See? Something's right here at the end. So now let's make it open. This says hey or ha, depending on where it falls in your word. If it's open in the unaccented syllable, it will say ha, and if it's your accented syllable, it will say hey. So that's how, and see, it will go like that, or it will be like that, depending on where it falls in a word. So now let's take the second syllable, pen. Okay, so now that is a closed syllable. It's saying it's short sound. See right here, something's at the end behind it. But let's make it open. That says P. It's open. It's making its long sound. Okay? Closed, open. Okay, now let's take the next word. Robin. Robin, okay? So, whoops. Okay, Rob. Now we have, it's short, see? Because it's closed in at the end. Something's there, right behind it. But let's look at the next syllable. Let's actually make this into a open syllable. Look at that, row. It's open. It makes it long. Okay? Closed, open. Now, look at this. We're gonna look at the second syllable. Okay? This is in. It's saying it's short sound because it's closed. But now, let's make it open. And now it's saying I. But let me teach you something kind of fun. So if you're in a multi-syllable word and it is an open I in the unaccented syllable, it will say it's short sound. So if it's an open I or an open E, that's actually what it is. Open I's and open E's say it's short sound in a multi-syllable word if it's not accented, okay? So that's how that works. So this is an open syllable, an open syllable. So that is a reading and a spelling rule, okay? So this says I. Okay, so now this, at the beginning of the word, will say P, or if it's accented, it will say P, or always at the beginning of the word, it will say P. Or this will say pie at the very beginning of the word. Whatever, or tie, or whatever. The I's at the very beginning of the word say I. So we're going to take this silent E syllable. See, the E is going to jump over the one consonant and make that long. Okay? So now that says hope. We're going to make it, that is an open syllable. So it says hoe. Closed, hunt, hew. Closed, stub, stew. Open. Grid, closed, gry, okay? Silent E, open, closed, open, closed, open, closed, open. Now we have do right here. Now, so many children, when they hear do in the middle of a word, guess what they want to spell? So you need to tell them. This says do, okay? Now we have, this says dice. It's a silent E. That E is doing two jobs in this word. It's being the E to make that C say S, and it's also making that I long. So E's at the end are silent, but they are doing something. So let's make that silent E into a long, open sound. That says die. Okay? Okay, now let's have fun with this word. So we're going to do the first part And this is an open syllable because it looks like a vowel team, but it's not, because A's at the end, they're not vowel teams. They're its very own syllable. Or I mean, it could go with, but see, look, it's going to say Leah. See how this turns to schwa? It's not the accented syllable. A's at the end say So, and this says E. So now let's look what it does. Let's get rid of that. And that says Lee. Or if it is in the middle of a word, it's going to say short sound, which would be le. Okay, silent E syllable. We're going to pull that out and go pay, right? Or it could say pa, depending on if it's accented or not. Pine, silent E. We can do pie, okay? Lamp, closed syllable. Lay, or it could be la. Pale, pay, or, whoops, pa, whoops. Anyways, you get the basic idea, okay? So this says pale, silent E. So these are all closed syllable. Stub, stub, frog, plan. Let's do this. This is open, closed. Stub, stew. Closed, frog, open, fro. Plan, closed, play, or pla. Okay, so now let's go over here. We have, I did not go over the double E's because they're so easy. Double E's say E. They don't say any other sound. They're just an E. And so I love that they're just E's. It makes it so easy. So this is a vowel team syllable. You'll find this at the beginning, middle, or end of words. And it will always say E. And so look, but let's say we take one off at the end, it's an open syllable. And you won't find this at the end of the words because one E at the end of a word is silent. Sometimes you'll find it unusual, sometimes, but I would say 99.999% of the time, E's at the end are silent. So that's open, that's vowel team, okay? So now let's go back to happen, what we had. Let's just talk about that. Happen, how right here it breaks. And we have hey pen, hey pen. So it's really, so when you're having a double sound, you can hear how it breaks. Ha pen. You can hear that it breaks over here so that it needs to have a double P here. This now has turned into a nonsense word. This could be the accented syllable or maybe not. So we're gonna say it's accented. So we're gonna call this hapen, okay? So it's accented. But now I've decided, no, this isn't gonna be accented. So if I'm decided to say, I want this to be in the unaccented syllable, read that for me. So they're gonna say it's huppin'. Does that make sense? So open, closed, closed, closed. Now look at this, robin, we went over that. So we have rob in. So here you're wondering, how in the heck, when do I double it? Rob in, robin. You can hear it fall over here. Sometimes you can't. Here I think it's very obvious it falls over here. So you don't have a double here. So I would look things up if you're not absolutely sure that what you're doing right here. So this is closed. So it's saying it's short sound, closed. So just double check on see how this one, it makes this doubled, and this one doesn't have to be doubled. So just make sure that you're checking that. Now let's go down to this last word, banana. I think this is a fantastic example of when you have schwa and not schwa. So look, we have open, closed, open. Now open A's in the unaccented syllable say it's schwa sound. See, these are both unaccented. So when you have a 3-syllable word, your accent is going to be here or here, okay? And if you hear it break, buh, you know that's not the accented syllable right off the bat. Because it's the same as spelling rule. If you hear buh and it's open, you know it's an A. You don't spell it like this. That says boo. Anyways, but look at this one. That's accented. That's the reason why it's saying it's short sound. It's a closed A in the unaccented syllable. So now, in the accented syllable. This is a closed A in the accented syllable. Okay? That's the reason why it says it's short sound. So the rule is, if you have a closed A and a closed A and a closed O in the unaccented syllable, they say Open A's in the unaccented syllable say Okay, that's how that works. Okay, so if you hear buh, don't spell it like this. All right, that was a really great lesson, and I'll see you next time.